Pathetic, weak, gutless, spineless, never-Trumper establishment Republican forces all lashing out against the president today. Now, Senators Bob Corker, we have little snowflake, whiny Jeff Flake, and John McCain all bashing the president. Instead of doing what? Focusing on passing tax reform for the forgotten men and women in poverty on food stamps and out of work in this country. Take a look.
I was one of those that hoped that, he would rise to the occasion as president. And he has not risen to the occasion. It's very evident to me. It's obvious his political model and governing model is to divide. It's a sad place from my perspective for our nation, and I think that the worst of it is going to be just the whole debasing, if you will, of our nation.
We must stop pretending that the degradation of our politics and the conduct of some in our executive branch are normal. Reckless, outrageous, and undignified behavior has become excused and countenanced as telling it like it is. The notion that we should say or do nothing in the face of such mercurial behavior is ahistoric, and I believe profoundly misguided. To announce that there must be no criticism of the president, or that we are to stand by a president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic and servile, but is morally treasonable to the American public.
When the Flake service to this country in this Senate is reviewed, it will be one of honor, of brilliance, and patriotism and love of country.
Here's a simple truth. All three of these guys, they're inept, they're ineffective, they have completely failed to deliver on the promises that they made to their constituents and you, the American people, for years. These guys have accomplished nothing. And others like Ben Sasse, too. And you know what? All they're doing here is standing in the way of enacting an agenda to help move the country forward, what the people voted for last November. And they're trying to be martyrs in the process. You want to be martyrs? You guys go right ahead. Here's my answer to all of you tonight. Good riddance, happy trails. Don't let the door hit you on the way out of town. Now, before his little stunt on the Senate floor, Senator Flake announced he wasn't going to be running for re-election in 2018. Now, here's part of the truth here. Flake is now trying to say his decision is all about President Trump. But here's the truth, because he lied today. At least he's not choosing to run again because back in August, Flake had an 18% approval rating among voters in Arizona. And another poll showed that he was losing to his chief Republican primary challenger, Dr. Kelly Ward, who would have crushed Flake in a primary had he had the courage to run. And then you got Bob Corker. He's done nothing but attack the president now for weeks. Bob Corker, he's stepping aside. He's not running again because he would have lost in Tennessee. So I have a suggestion for all you never-Trumper senators that are headed for the exits, people like Corker and Flake. You know what? Guess what? You guys, take your other colleagues with you. Mitch McConnell, goodbye. Ben Sasse, goodbye. John Cornyn, goodbye. Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins. Either get the job done that you promised the American people, advance the president's agenda. What are the conservative values that the president is advocating for that you're unwilling to support? Many of you can retire and we'll all be happier. Now, the difference here between President Trump and these senators that I just listed is the president is a fighter. He's fighting for what he believes in. I like somebody fighting for the American people. And he's also somebody that is keeping his word, his promises. The Senate has done next to nothing to help the president keep his promises or help the American people or help the forgotten men in poverty on food stamps and out of work. Look at these statistics. The Senate has confirmed in about a year, since January, only 175 of President Trump's civilian nominees. Guess what? 229 have yet to be confirmed. How many vacations do these guys take? And during a similar time frame, President Obama had 359 nominees confirmed, over twice as much. And listen to this. Through September of this year, the House of Representatives, and I have disagreements with them at times, at least they do their job. They have passed 308 bills that originated in that chamber, and of those 308 bills that the House of Representatives passed, the Senate has passed 34. Beyond an embarrassment, beyond a disgrace, these guys are the definition of failure, the poster children of failure. Now, Senate Republicans are no longer serving the American people. So you know what, Senator Flake? Bye. You know what, Senator Corker? See you later. It's time for accountability. It's time to drain the swamp. If Republicans don't back this agenda, a tax reform, repealing and replacing, they need to get out of the way or resign or retire or do something. Because you know what? The only reason these people are now saying they're not running is because they can't win. And for all you never-Trumpers who are watching tonight, take a look at the side of your screen. They happen to be Donald Trump's accomplishments. Let's see. Pretty long list. Real, tangible accomplishments, promises made, promises kept. So what have you never-Trumpers done in this period of time? Have you helped the millions of forgotten men and women in this country that are suffering? Well, the answers are simple. You've done nothing other than help the Democrats obstruct the president at every single turn. And you know what?